If you need If you need English to Spanish translation online, please click on the globe icon at the bottom of your Zoom screen and select Spanish. In-person attendees needing translation can see Noemi at the River Center or Willie, myself, here at Westlake Village for assistance. Ms. Damasi, could you please make this announcement in Spanish for us?
Thank you, Mr. Terrosa. Buenas tardes a todos, yo soy Flor Di Masi con Global Speak Traducciones y esta tarde estaremos proporcionando interpretación simultánea al español. Para poder accesar a esta función, favor de localizar el icono en forma de mundo en la parte inferior derecha de su pantalla. Una vez que lo haya hecho, seleccionar español como su idioma de preferencia. Ahora comenzará usted a escuchar la interpretación en español. Es muy importante seleccionar modo silencio audio original para evitar escuchar ambos idiomas o ruidos de fondo. También cualquier persona o participante del público que requiera interpretación del inglés al español en persona se puede comunicar con las señoritas Noemí o Patricia en el River Center o con Willy Terrosa en el Westlake Village Center. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you so much, Ms. Damasi. For any public comments, online attendees, please sign up using the Q&A button at the bottom center of your Zoom screen. Any phone-in attendees, please dial *9 to raise your hand. In-person attendees may fill out a speaker card at the back of the room and hand it to a staff member. Yeah, you can hand it to me or Noemi. Mr. Chair, you are now welcome to call this meeting to order.
I'd like to call the 521st Joint Meeting of the Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy and the Santa Monica Mountains Advisory Committee to order for February 23rd, 2026. James, would you please take the roll call of the Conservancy?
Ms. Bochco, Ms. Hutzel, Mr. Tangenberg, Mr. Rodriguez. Here. Ms. Lyle, Ms. Drake. Here. Mr. Fink. Ms. Munoz, Mr. Veras, Mr. Ortega.
Here.
Ms. Pavley. Here. Mr. Luna.
Present.
Quorum is present.
Thank you. Chair Anderson.
And James, the advisory board, please.
Ms. Acker. Ms. Anderson. Ms. Brown.
Here.
Mr. Cacciati.
Here.
Ms. Conrad. Mr. Corridori.
Here.
Mr. Dennert.
Here.
Ms. Fossen.
Here.
Mr. Grand.
Here.
Ms. James.
Here.
Mr. Kishpa.
Here.
Mr. Kraut.
Here.
Mr. Lang.
Here.
Ms. Maikos.
Present.
Mr. Manoukian. Ms. Nelson. Mr.
Here.
Mr. Ordubadian. Ms. Rosen. Mr. Rossman. Mr. Schlangen.
Here.
Mr. Wendler. Mr. Yagparian. Ms. Newsom.
Here.
Mr. Anderson.
Here.
Quorum is present.
Thank you. Item 4, would any legislative participants please introduce themselves?
Declan Floyd with Assemblymember Harbedian.
Darla Dyson with State Senator Sasha Renee Perez.
Ryan Valencia with Assemblymember Jackie Irwin.
Great. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you. Item 5, as you can see, the agenda has some minutes assigned to each item. I'd ask for you to consider those as guideposts to make our meetings more efficient. It serves as guideposts for us, but also as guideposts for the community should they be busy throughout the evening, that they can know when to jump in and prioritize their time. So I hope this is okay with everybody. I think this will be on a agenda by agenda basis. Should we see that there's going to be an item that requires more conversation, then we can adjust. And we can do that throughout the meeting as well. So if that's okay with everybody, I think this is a good way to proceed. Seeing nods? Okay, great. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Item 7, land acknowledgement. The Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy holds lands that originally and still are inhabited by the Fernandeño Tataviam, Gabrielino Tongva, and Ventureño Chumash. We honor and respect their elders and descendants as they continue their stewardship of these lands and waters.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You did skip over the pledge.
Did I? I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Chair Anderson, would you please lead us?
I will. Were we going to be able to put a, there we go. Everybody in Westlake, if you guys would please rise up and join me with your hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Chair Anderson, for that. Okay, we're moving on to comments from members of the public, items not on the agenda, and public testimony on all agenda items. And we're allocating 25 minutes to that. If you're online and haven't submitted your name in the Q&A box at the bottom of the Zoom screen, please do so now. Online attendees, sign up using the Q&A button at the bottom center of your Zoom screen. Phone-in only attendees, dial *9 to raise your hand. In-person attendees, please fill out a speaker card at the back of the room and hand it to a staff member. Individuals have 3 minutes to speak, while those representing organizations have 5 minutes. Staff will notify you when you have 1 minute left. Are there any members of the public who would like to speak?
Mr. Chair, there are no members online, and we have received no speaker cards here in Westlake Village. Patricia, do you have any members of the public there at the River Center? Patricia, Noemi,
Sorry, no public speakers.
that concludes the public comment period.
All right, well, but this is becoming more efficient than I thought. We're moving on to item 9, consent calendar, approval of minutes and consideration of resolution authorizing a comment letter to the City of Los Angeles regarding the open space element and general plan preliminary draft in the City of Los Angeles. Mr. Anderson?
Yes. Does anybody wish to pull anything from the consent calendar? Not seeing anyone. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll move approval.
Second,
Ed
Roseanne.
and Roseanne, seconds. And James, roll call, please.
Ms. Brown,
Abstain.
Mr. Cacciati,
Yes.
Mr. Corridori,
Yes.
Mr. Denner,
Yes.
Ms. Fossen, Mr. Garand,
Yes.
Ms. James,
Yes.
Mr. Kishbaugh,
Yes.
Mr. Kraut,
Yes.
Mr. Lang,
Yes.
Ms. Mikos,
Aye.
Ms. Nelson,
Abstain.
Mr. Schlangen,
Yes.
Ms. Newsom,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
That carries with 2 abstentions.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Chair Anderson. Conservancy Board? Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll move approval.
Mr. Ortega, motion.
Of Ms. Pavley and second by Mr. Ortega. James?
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Drake,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Pavley,
Yes.
Mr. Luna.
Yes.
That carries.
Thank you so much, James. Moving on to item 10, discussion items. We have 5 items for consideration. And the first one is consideration of resolution approving the Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy fiscal year 24-25 annual report. Do we have staff presentations of these?
We would recommend approval of the annual report. This is something that we do every year per the legislation. And you note that it was for the 24-25 fiscal year, so items that have occurred since July 1 are not in this annual report.
Okay, so no report. Can I get a motion? Excellent. I have a motion and a second from Ed. All right, great, thank you. Any discussion? on the report? Comments? Okay, James?
Ms. Brown,
Yes.
Mr. Cacciati,
Yes.
Mr. Corridori,
Yes.
Mr. Dennert,
Yes.
Ms. Fossen, Ms. Fossen,
Yes.
Mr. Garand,
Yes.
Ms. James,
Yes.
Mr. Kishba,
Yes.
Mr. Kraut,
Yes.
Mr. Lang,
Yes.
Ms. Mikos,
Aye.
Ms. Nelson,
Yes.
Mr. Schlangen,
Yes.
Ms. Newsom,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
That carries.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Chair Anderson. Conservancy Board, can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you so much. Can I get a second?
I'll second or take it.
Thank you. James?
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Drake,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Pavley,
Yes.
Mr. Luna.
Yes.
That carries.
Great, thank you. Moving on to item B, consideration of resolution authorizing a grant proposition for funds to the Mountains Recreation and Conservation Authority to require APN 2063004022 Triumphal Creek Watershed, unincorporated Los Angeles County. Chair Anderson?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir?
we're going to recommend that you postpone this to the next meeting.
Okay,
Okay, well, let's table that guy.
thank you for that, Mr. Edmonston. All right, we're moving on. So just to note, for the agenda, we're moving item B to next meeting. We're moving on to item C, consideration of resolution authorizing a grant proposition for funds to Mountains Recreation and Conservation Authority for vegetation management in the Santa Monica Mountain Zone. Do we have a presentation for that? Or,
Mr. Chair, Ms. Rose Liston, right behind you over there at the podium, will be making a presentation.
thank you, James. Thank you, Ms. Rose.
Hello, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rose Liston. I am the Wildfire Resilience Coordinator with the MRCA, and I will be presenting the next 3 items on the agenda, just to give you that heads up. This first grant application is from the MRCA for that Proposition 4 funding to support the agency's fire division in its annual vegetation management across the agency's owned and managed properties. The systematic reduction of the flash fuel vegetation at these sites is essential for our wildfire prevention. These measures will increase our parkland resilience, strengthen our defensible space, and reinforce our structure hardening. I have a colleague online also, Mr. Chief Fire Manager Officer Ken Nelson, who some of you have met earlier today, and we are open to any questions. Thank you for consideration.
Thank you, Ms. Liston. Chair Anderson?
Yep. Can I get a motion from somebody, please?
So move. Second.
George? Okay, excellent. And any discussion on this item? Any questions? Seeing none, James?
Ms. Brown,
Yes.
Mr. Cacciati,
Yes.
Mr. Corridori,
Yes.
Mr. Dennert,
Yes.
Ms. Fossen,
Yes.
Mr. Garand,
Yes.
Ms. James,
Yes.
Mr. Kishba,
Yes.
Mr. Kraut,
Yes.
Mr. Lang,
Yes.
Ms. Mikos,
Aye.
Ms. Nelson,
Yes.
Mr. Schlangen,
Yes.
Ms. Newsom,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
That carries.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Chair Anderson. Can I get a motion from the Conservancy on item C for the vegetation management?
I'll move approval of item 10C.
Thank you, Ms. Pavlik. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you so much. James?
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Drake,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Pavley,
Yes.
Mr. Luna.
Yes.
That carries.
Thank you, James. Moving on to item D, consideration of resolution authorizing a grant proposition for funds to the Mountains Recreation Conservation Authority for seasonal workforce development in the fire division. Ms. Liston?
Hello again, thank you. MRCA has submitted a grant application for Proposition 4 funds to support the fire division's impactful hiring of 15 to 20 seasonal fire personnel. 2 annual cohorts will receive training in wildland firefighting and fuel management. These cohorts are instrumental in MRCA's vegetation management through the spring and in maintaining operational readiness during Southern California's fire season through the summer and fall. Again, I'm here for any questions. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, Ms. Liston. Chair Anderson?
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let me just
Yes, sir.
supplement what's been said. Those of you who were at the Fire Division headquarters this afternoon saw the hub of activity there. One of the things that I'm always interested in is when people come back from a fire, and I says, you know, what did you learn? And Fire Division people said, well, we learned that we found a lot of our former employees in Yuba County and so-and-so and so-and-so and the Forest Service. So we're actually a workforce development hub. Absolutely. And people come to us. They don't make as much money as they could at the Forest Service or other places, but they get a lot of good experience and some good barbecue as well.
Yes.
So these are important things that we're doing, and I'd like to. Do we have somebody from the Fire Division here? Well, I know
Ken is online.
Who's online? Ken.
I'm online, Joe.
What is a proportion of our Fire Division personnel that move on to other departments and divisions in state government or national or?
70+%. We've just got a small cadre of people that have been here for 10+ years. And generally speaking, under our workforce training program, most people will spend at least 2 to 3 seasons with us. I'd mentioned to those that came out today that we were hiring 8 new seasonals this year because we have 8 returning seasonals from last year. So the folks that come here know they get a lot of good hands-on, firsthand experience, and not to pat myself on the shoulder, but we've got a lot of great instructors here. Can really pass on a lot of years of knowledge.
Thank you.
And Mr. Chair,
Yeah.
I was going to bring up the same topic. We had a firsthand opportunity to see and touch and feel our fire division, their equipment, personnel, and hear much about the approach of fighting fires and the use of all the equipment and so forth. So it really does provide a firsthand knowledge of what our monies are going to, and how important our leaders such as Chief Nelson. I've said this a number of times, there's no other organization in the country that offers as many of the different tactical approaches. You've got our Rangers, a construction division, and it goes on and on. And so we have a great team that's in charge of those divisions, and great support, the board here. And together we team up and come up with one of the best in the country, if not the best. So Ken, pass along to your firefighters how much they are appreciated. And every time we hear about them going out on a fire, and when you do go out, you take our equipment, you take, value of equipment and so forth, and how you use it is so important. So keep up the good work. We support you, and again, thank your chef. She did an excellent job tonight. Thanks again.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thanks for the compliments, and we'll certainly pass it on. Thank you.
And with that, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second. Excellent. Thank you. Any discussion?
Sean, I have a quick question about that.
Sure.
If it's an item like this that I can't imagine there's very much controversy, could you when you call the question, just say a voice vote? And if there's any nays, then call for a roll call vote?
I think we have to do it because we're the telephonic meeting. I think the law says that we have to always do a roll call vote, unfortunately.
That's
that
correct.
would make sense, but yeah. Am I correct on that one?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
Okay, right, yeah. Good try.
But it's because of the telephonic meeting?
Right. Yeah, because people are physically in other locations, and we need a definitive record that everybody said yay or nay or abstain or whatever. I'll just add to speed Brian's, to speed the vote, but I'll just say, I also appreciated the fantastic tour we had today. And I know Ken was saying that, he was meaning to do this, but, it's a big pain in the butt to do it. But I do think it would be worth pulling together how many folks we've trained. And if possible, I know this is hard to get, but how many folks did go to other agencies? I think that's a strength. I understand that it's frustrating that we train people and they go away, but I think that's an asset we bring to our region and our state. And I think right now in the discussions I'm having, a lot of people are ignorant about how we spend some of our money or the return on investment of our money. And I think the money that we spend here in training our folks benefits our whole region. And I think we should toot our own horn at that at times to make sure everybody understands the investment that we and you all are making. So I'd like to see that if possible.
Happy to get the information for you.
Thank you, sir. Roseanne?
Yeah, I certainly would like to echo all of those things. And I would like to ask staff if they would be able to take the various photographs that were taken today at the field trip and distribute them all to the whole board and advisory committee so they can see a little bit more about what our field trip was like. And of course, for selfish reasons, those of us who got to shoot the fire hose would love to see it as well.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
One of the things that I noticed today, you're talking about two different things. It's both equipment, but it's also people. And one thing that Chief Nelson actually shared with us is that with COVID, it was quite an impact on the amount of recruits that were coming in. And I think just, you can have all the equipment without the skilled people. We saw that we were somewhat vulnerable during that time period. It's nice to know the numbers are coming back, but this is an important element of being ready in the time of need.
Agreed. Seeing no other comments, James, can we get a vote?
Ms. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Cacciati?
Yes.
Mr. Corridori?
Yes.
Mr. Dennert?
Yes.
Ms. Fossen?
Yes.
Mr. Garand?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Mr. Kishbaugh?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Lang?
Yes.
Ms. Mikos?
Aye.
Ms. Nelson?
Yes.
Mr. Schlangen?
Yes.
Ms. Newsom?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
That carries.
Thank you, James. Can I get a motion for item D for $590,000 for the workforce development in the fire division from the board?
A motion.
I'll second. Fink.
Okay, got a first and a second. James?
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Ms. Drake?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Ortega?
Yes.
Ms. Pavley?
Yes.
Mr. Luna?
Yes.
That carries.
Thank you. Moving on to item E, consideration of resolution authorizing a grant proposition for funds to Mountains Recreation Conservation Authority for capital asset improvements to the Fire Division Headquarters, Holiday Camp, Calabasas. Ms. Liston.
Thank you. Again, MRCA has submitted a grant application for Proposition 4 funds. This specifically will support the Fire Division's headquarters. As some of you have seen with our field trip today, the headquarters is composed of multiple buildings used for a variety of activities. It hosts the full-time, paid call, and volunteer firefighters, as well as the division's apparatus and vehicles that some of you got to touch and feel and hop into today. These capital assets improvements of the headquarters will ensure our reliable emergency deployment. Some improvements planned are personnel housing renovations, fire vehicle parking upgrades, and improvements to ensure continued structure hardening. Again, as we talked about earlier, we are right center in that wildland-urban interface, and fires come very close to us, so our structure hardening is very important. Again, I'm here for any questions, along with Ken Nelson. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Liston. Chair Anderson.
Can I get a motion?
Move approval.
And a second? Thanks, Roseanne.
I'll second.
Ed, great. And George has a...
Yes. Hearing these different comments and kind of putting them together, I'd like to ask Rory, she might be, or if Ken's still on board, the impact of our fire division during the Palisades fire and how they saved our various buildings, et cetera. I don't want to jabber on anymore. Rory, is there something you, or Ken, if you're still on board? What-
Well, Ken was there, and we made a meaningful difference. I think all the buildings would have burned as opposed to just maybe a couple of buildings around the edges. Ken, can you give us Ken, you were there, so was I, but you were there leading the charge.
Well, speaking to that fire specifically, Joe's already said it. Had we not been able to field our own resources, Temescal would have suffered a much worse fate. And of course, once we got done in there, we were lending assistance all up and down the fire perimeter. So it's just once I mentioned to the people here today, it's a labor of love, and yeah, just with and we have to have the facilities, the trucks, the hoses, and everything to make it all work. With regards to the Palisades fire, obviously we talked about it a little bit last year, and question always, well, is that the worst one you've been on? And I still can't. It wasn't good. So, but we were happy to be there, and having our own abilities to do it made all the difference in the world.
So we were able to draft from the tanks there at Temescal?
That's correct. Once the municipal system started failing, we have two 10,000-gallon tanks there. Certainly helped with mop up. By the time we went to them, the fire front had passed through there, but it certainly made all the difference in the world. And for the municipalities, came in and helped empty those tanks over the days after the fire, doing the same thing, mopping up hot spots and so forth everywhere in the Palisades.
Thank you.
Great, and I'll just say that maybe James, at the end, after the meeting tonight, for folks that are new and weren't on our board in the past, we did have some great presentations. So maybe we could just send out that link for folks that are new, perhaps.
Sure. Yeah.
And with that, roll call, please.
One more
Sorry,
comment.
George, please.
It's related topic, is not totally on topic, but like we had the field trip today, the tour of the fire division and the various facilities associated with that. I would like to see in the future, once Temescal is all put together and so forth, to possibly have a field trip for our board and advisory committee of Temescal Canyon. Years ago, we used to meet there almost every month.
Yep.
So and I could tell with Ken's report, it's near and dear to a lot of our hearts. So maybe in the future, when it's appropriate, we could have a field trip there. And I know staff would put together a great event. So just a thought I wanted to share with you. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, James, please.
Ms. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Cacciati?
Yes.
Mr. Corridori?
Yes.
Mr. Dennert?
Yes.
Ms. Fossen?
Yes.
Mr. Garand?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Mr. Kishbaugh?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Lang?
Yes.
Ms. Mikos?
Aye.
Ms. Nelson?
Yes.
Mr. Schlangen?
Yes.
Ms. Newsom?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
That carries.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Chair Anderson. Can I get a motion from our board for the assets to improve the fire division headquarters?
I'll move approval, and I had one question when it's appropriate.
Sure. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Ms. Pavlik?
Yes, I wanted to follow up on that. I think it's really important for the public in general to know the benefits of the MRCA and the ability to help fund wildfires. Wildfires, as we know, don't respect any kind of boundaries between urban and rural areas, but of course between our cities and counties, and collaborating together, whether it's sharing water resources, and the list goes on and on. It's incredibly important to know the value, and also just the concept of authorities and the way you can really fund and finance things that really matter to your area, but that's sharing the resources back and forth. So the MRCA being formed and with emphasis on fire districts and having our own in the Santa Monica Mountains, what foresight that was. We had no idea, frankly, perhaps, how important it would be and will be in the future. So the public needs to know that part of the Conservancy. It's not just about a hike somewhere, but
Stewardship.
exactly, and public health, and the list goes on and on. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pavley, and thank you for making that motion. James, you got a first and a second. Oh, I'm sorry. Please go
Sorry, I
ahead.
just had one comment, and
Please.
that was just that I think one point that wasn't stressed too much in the project detail that I think was pointed out by Chief Nelson just today was just, this isn't just an MRCA asset. This is not just for one agency's usage. That Pasadena, for example, as Chief Nelson was discussing, was using the classroom, or other units of firefighting are using the facility. So this is a regional asset, considering it's an LA metropolis that's nearby. And so while in firefighting, infrastructure is not quite there in the metropolis, they can come out here to the Santa Monica Mountains. So I just want to thank Chief Nelson for that explanation as a regional asset, not just one agency.
Thank you, Mr. Valencia. Any other comments from the board?
And of course, this board knows the United States Forest Service has just entered into a 5-year contract with us to use King Gillette Ranch as one of their national training centers. And so that's an important asset that we can bring to the nation, not only just our region.
I think you had 1,000 people there this past weekend. I walked around there, packed. Forest Service from everywhere.
Cool.
Seriously?
Thank you. James?
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Ms. Drake?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Ortega?
Yes.
Ms. Pavley?
Yes.
Mr. Luna?
Yes.
That carries.
Thank you so much. Moving on to reports, item 11, I think everybody has already expressed the gratitude. Thank you, Joe, for, setting this up, to getting us up there, and thank you to Chief Nelson and all the firefighters there that really gave us an opportunity to see firsthand the tools that are being used and the people behind it. So thank you so much, and that's all I have to report. Coastal Commission?
No report.
Conservancy?
Coastal Conservancy, no report.
Attorney General?
Yes, hi, good evening. Just a brief report from the AG's office this evening. The Attorney General's office is aware of litigation that has been filed against the Conservancy, as well as other state and local agencies involving claims related to the Palisades fire. We are assessing and evaluating those claims against the Conservancy, and we will not otherwise be making any substantive comment regarding those claims. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Franklin. We'll look to you for future reports related to that, keeping us updated. National Park Service report.
No report.
State Parks report, Mr. Fink?
Yes, thank you. I just want to invite everyone on March 7th, the Bow Tie Park Development Project. That is a state park that's in development in downtown Los Angeles on the LA River. On March 7th, there will be a Bow Tie Community Welcome Day. There'll be activities. We'll be activating the Bow Tie parcel. There'll be things for kids, families, dogs. So please come out. That's 1 o'clock on March 7th. I'll be happy to send a flyer if anyone's interested. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fink. Yeah, if that's something that you can share with with James, that'd be great. Yeah. Forest Service report.
No report.
Mr. Edmondson?
Mr. Chairman and members, when we first instituted a parking fee at Will Acre Park, one of our more developed resources, and one of the places, I think, after Runyon Canyon and Temescal Canyon, Will Acre is the place to be and the place to show off your wares and whatever they may be. This is an exciting place. And people were saying, oh my God, we don't want to have people lined up along the roadways and taking up our parking spaces. So we instituted a parking fee, and that wasn't very popular. And so the supervisor said, you know what, why don't we just peel off some more county money, surplus then, county money, and we'll give it to the Conservancy. And so the Conservancy does not have to charge a parking fee. We were, okay, that's fine with us. But we said that very resolution in 2014, we said if that county subsidy goes away, we have to reinstitute the fee. And unfortunately, the county subsidy has gone away, and we're going to be reinstituting the fee. It'll be $7 for 2 hours. And you can pay on an hourly basis, and that's one of the things that previously we had a policy. You got a whole day for, you put your money in, you got a whole day. You put your money in here, $7 instead of $12, and you get 2 hours. And 2 hours ought to give, unless you're an extremely dilettante, and not really hiking, but you're just parading around, that's fine. Parading fees, that'll double what you want, what we'll charge you. It's something we don't want to do, but we have to, because what you have is a Class A park experience. These are clean restrooms, flush toilets, and an immediate parking right off of Laurel Canyon Boulevard. So it's a primo park, and we'll see. I hope that the public will understand, but when they see a clean restroom that flushes, I think they'll appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Edmiston, for informing us of this. And of course, I mean, the fees are necessary to ensure that it continues to be in that condition. Then really appreciate you letting us know. MRCA report, Chair Lange.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. James sent out the typical chair's report initially, and then I asked for, and I hope that you've had an opportunity to read through it. In fact, it kind of starred the fire division, the experience that we had today in reference to our fire division. But what I really wanted to focus on briefly is the second report that James sent out on behalf of the MRCA, and that is the Randall Preserve. It's a two-pager. That's the property, the 387 acres in Orange County, and as I may have mentioned previously, that this is the first piece of property that we've had, the MRCA has had in Orange County. We've had a few acquisitions up in San Bernardino County or Riverside County, et cetera, but first time in Orange County, and we were brought into this opportunity through the Trust for Public Land. They had that much of a confidence in the MRCA and our ability to accomplish the various things that needed to be accomplished with the Randall Preserve. There's 7 Native American tribal groups there associated with that property. The city of Newport Beach, the city of Huntington Beach, and Costa Mesa. So there's 3 cities, and then there's the county, and so and then some, public organizations. Everybody trying to get a piece of the action, trying to do this and that on their behalf, and in comes the MRCA to define what is really needed, and what we found as a definite need was a position the MRCA added about 2 or 3 years ago, and that's a tribal liaison. The individual, Liam, last name?
Walsh.
Walsh.
Liam Walsh.
Yeah. And anyway, he's now our tribal liaison, and he's the one who's worked with these different tribes and so forth, and has brought 7 tribes that were not, maybe, I don't know all the details, but maybe were not talking, communicating, et cetera, and now are on this one committee that the MRCA has put together. So anyway, we've gone through a lot of work to get where we are. And a couple weeks ago on a Friday, I was given a private tour of the Randall Preserve. And as I think I may have mentioned in the past, I have an Indian name, and it was given to me by a couple Native Americans, Gray Wolf and Panther. And they are, Native Americans are very, come on, George, of their names. They just don't hand them out. This had to go through the tribal chief at the tribe up in the Shomash, up in Solvang, that area. That chief had to approve my name along with a legal position. I forget what the name was. But anyway, long story short, when I was on this property, I honestly felt something special. I had a feeling. I just knew that there were some special people on this property early on. And so once we, I know, and this was an oil field, a producing oil field over the many recent years. And there's a lot of contamination, so right now it's going through a soil remediation, and it's a process that's taking place right on site, so we don't have to haul the soil away to be processed elsewhere. So we've been doing it for about 2 years, and we've got at least 2 more years to go to clear up all the contamination. But anyway, long story short, we'll be, thanks to Joe, we'll be providing periodic reports on the status of the Randall Preserve, and I'm not sure of any specific schedule, but I think there probably could be opportunities for one of you to, also all of you to tour the property.
Cool.
Because it's very, very special. So you've got the material that James sent, and so I'm going to conclude my remarks, but just mention how important the Randall Preserve is, and to have the MRCA involved with it is really unique and special. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair Lange, for that report and for your involvement in leadership. Santa Clarita Watershed Recreation Conservation Authority report.
No report tonight.
Mr. Edelman, any reports on the Wildlife Corridor Conservation Authority report?
No report tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Edelman. Chair Lange, Moore Park Watershed Parks Recreation Conservation Authority.
No report, thanks.
Thank you, sir. Any oral reports by staff?
No report.
Okay, thank you. Item N is questions to staff. I almost want to kind of, I'm not going to do anything outside of agenda, but I did hear a couple of requests. And so one was the Temescal Canyon. And so just, I think as a form of practice that we all have consensus that this was something recommended by one person, but we all agree that this is something that's important to us. So hearing that everybody is in agreement with that, then it's almost a directive to staff. And then the other one is I heard from Mr. Anderson, you wanted some numbers from, can you state that again so we have that for?
Sure. So it would be wonderful if we could get a report of our arc of our history of training, how many folks we have trained, and if it's known where those folks, maybe not where they are now, but at least where they went to initially when they left us. That would be great.
So again, with nods and understanding that this is something that would be important for everybody to bring back. All right, there you go. There's the questions to staff as a form of directive. Any members from or comments on matters not on the agenda from members of the board? Please, Mr. Christian.
Yeah, Yeah, speaking of Temescal, last month we received a short report that there were potentially some competing interests for some of that parking lot area as a staging ground that could potentially limit public access once the park is ready for visitors. Just wondering if there's any update you can share and any sort of new ideas to ensure that public access is maintained once the park is ready for visitors.
So when you have your field trip there, bring your Kleenex box because you're gonna cry. I do, and I have a big Kleenex box. There are a couple of issues. What we want to do is work with our state park partners. We need to get that loop trail reinstituted, and I know that the State Park Department is working on that. The bridge is one portion of that issue, but it's actually getting the construction equipment and getting the folks up to be able to construct that bridge. That trail was originally done about, 30 or 40 years ago. And so it's going to take a little bit of work to do that. And if the State Park Department doesn't have the funds, and I think they have some funds, we'll certainly help them. I would be happy to entertain whatever grant the department needs to help that along. So that's one issue. The other issue is that as soon as the Corps of Engineers came in, they said we need a place to do the lane down, we need a place to segregate out the various materials, and they used the front 20 acres or so of Temescal. And it's pretty scarified. It's scarified. And so the question is going to be how, on a going forward basis, Department of Water and Power wants to be able to use that, and also there's at least one firm that says what we want to do is have a cement plant there so that the cement to rebuild the Palisades does not have to go basically from the valley on the 405 freeway up PCH and the big huge cement trucks, and nobody thinks that that's a really good idea. On the other hand, people who live along or who have property along, there's only one house left, especially on Rimmer, they're saying, well, we don't want to be next to all this semi-industrial facility. So that's the whole problem in the Palisades. Everybody wants the Palisades rebuilt, except not rebuilding next to them. Rebuild on the other side of the street.
Shocker. I'm shocked.
Joe, could you speak into your mic, please? We have a request for you to speak into the mic.
I'm sorry. The one time my voice does not cover as far as it should. Anyway, the folks that live in the Palisades have a legitimate concern about there being a concrete facility so that they can have efficient use of rebuilding. And the government has promised, we're going to give you the permits, we're going to give you everything you need to rebuild, except the concrete. Oh, we need concrete. And nobody wants to see the big concrete truck coming down their street. They want it when it arrives at the street, but coming down the street, there's nothing more intrusive than a concrete mixer. And we have to face that fact. So working that through with the community is going to be an issue. We do not have the revenue, we don't have the facilities, and everyone has said, wouldn't it be great if we had state-of-the-art conference facilities and so everybody can, that kind of thing isn't happening anymore. After COVID and after, frankly, after Zoom, those kind of conferences, especially without truly state-of-the-art, it doesn't work. And we're not in a position to fund a state-of-the-art. And so if we told the legislature, you know what, we're going to have a great thing, we're going to have great conference facilities, and they're going to say, and what are you going to forego? Well, we can't buy quite as much land, but we can have wonderful conferences. That's just not going to work. And so we have to take a look at what is actually realistic for us to expect out of that conference center. And the sad thing is that everybody have wonderful experiences there. Oh, we had such a great conference. That facility did not earn its keep. And what earned the keep was the fees that we charged for parking. And there's unequivocally, we probably will not have as much parking space as we had before. And then the question is, are we going to be able to charge the same amount? And is the demand still going to be there? And that's one of the reasons we're going to be hoping to work with our state park partners so that we have an attractive hiking experience that will attract as many hikers as we can and as many cars as we can put in there. But that in and of itself is an impact. People say, well, you know, we had too many cars and too much traffic. Okay? These are the things we're going to have to balance, and we're going to probably ask some professionals to come in and help us and develop a business plan that works. Because one of the things we know, the County of Los Angeles used to supplement pretty much every one of our park facilities. And now what's happened to county parks? They're closed 2 days a week. Every county park is closed 2 days a week. And we've decided we're going to try to keep all of our facilities open, but it's going to be a hard thing to do. And as we move ahead, I hope that the county tax override, the sales tax override, I hope that passes. If that county sales tax override does not pass, what the supervisors have said is we have to keep the health system open. Everything else is subordinate to the health system and, of course, the sheriff and the fire department, which means that even the small amount of subsidy that we get for our parks from the county, that will probably disappear. What the county told us is we're going to keep the amount that you have been allocating for fire from the county. Don't cut that, and we'll try everything we can to keep that. However, if they say, well, some of those things have to go by the boards, then we're going to be having to make extreme cuts in our service level for park and recreation. And we don't want to have to confront that. And again, I'm saying what we're going to do is hopefully bring on some experts here that can help us are there revenue options that we have not explored. So that's where we are.
Thank you, Mr. Emerson. Thank you, Ms. James, for that question. Any other comments from not on the agenda? Sure, Mr. Doria and Ms. Pavley afterwards.
No. I have a question about the postponement of item 10B. Is that something we can expect to see in March? Will that come back?
We're going to be taking that back to you. We want a slight postponement. Be frank with you, we have a cash flow crunch, and we're not in this acquisition can go forward. It's not an emergent situation. Every landowner, and in this case, it's what is it, the County of Los Angeles?
Chapter 8 agreement.
Yeah, and they say, okay, well, we want our money. So I'm going to go back to them and say, well, we want our money too. So, but we're going to postpone giving you your money because I don't know the organization. You know, we operate on we have 2 lines of credit, and those lines of credit cost money. And if we don't have to dip into those lines of credit with the cost associated with that, we don't want to have to do that. And so if there's an acquisition that can be postponed until we have a better cash flow, that's what we do, and that's what we're proposing here.
Thank you, Mr. Emerson. That's it. All right. Well, it is 7:30. I just want to thank you all for the efficiency today. But I also, you have a comment? But I also will refer to meeting 521 when we need more time in times when we have a hefty agenda of discussion, so remember that.
We're going to owe you.
I think, you know, let's just put that in the kitty for now. Well, thank you so much. I assume there's no closed session?
No.
And with that, meeting adjourned. Thank you so much.
Next meeting,
Yeah, next meeting is, well, we already adjourned, but you'll get the notice.
March 16th.
Thank you.